Hey Canucks fans, I want to share some thoughts about being inside of Rogers Arena last night for the first time in over a month. I'm Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, January the 22nd. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Today's Saturday, that means tomorrow's Sunday. That means I'm looking for questions for tomorrow's Ask Me Anything vlog. Leave it on my community tab. You see my post there, looking for questions. And yes, I was on TV last night. I had actually dozens of people texting me, Instagram, Facebook, and tweeting me saying, yeah, I saw you. It was after the overtime, but before the shootout. It was after that 3-minute shift by Lamico, Highmore, and OEL. I'll get to that in a second. But yes, that was me kind of, actually, they caught me like this, like, oh my gosh, and then clapping. So that was kind of cool. So thanks to everyone who pointed that out to me. It was pretty cool. I think I'll save that on my PR just for a few days at least. Also, thanks to everyone who joined me for my live stream last night. Sean was there with me physically, but then all of you online. We raised close to $100 for Foundry BC, the former Mine Check, and on a night where the Canucks celebrated Hockey Talk. So once again, thank you for your generosity. Once again, showing why this is the best Canucks community on YouTube. So that's how the night started. It was Kevin Bieksa. It was Rick Rippon's brother, Rick Rippon's nephew, giving honor to Rick and also encouraging people to battle through these challenging times and encouraging people to reach out. And they had videos going and commercials going and ads going throughout the night. So it was a wonderful thing that the Canucks did last night to raise money and awareness for mental health initiatives. The crowd itself, I know many people were asking, man, Clay, it looked like way more than 50%. Yes, in the bottom, on the 100 level in the lower bowl, it certainly was more than 50%. And that makes sense. If those are season ticket holders, they're paying more for those tickets. They probably they haven't been to a game in over a month. They certainly want to make use of those tickets. It was the upper bowl where what you don't see on TV. It was very empty. There are some sections that only had maybe a dozen people in it, and there are other sections, even the lower bowl, you might have seen on TV behind the nets that were quite empty. So yes, I have no doubt that it was 50% capacity, but it's not one person every second seat. That's why it looked more full, over 50% in the bottom, but certainly less than 50% up top. And then when it came to the crowd itself, you could tell it was only 50% because they certainly weren't as loud as when the Canucks scored. Even the receptions for Bieksa and Luongo, who they introduced, part of the Florida Panthers organization, it was great. It was good cheering for sure, but it wasn't, you could tell that it wasn't a full capacity. It wasn't 18,000 people. It was only 9,000 people. So it was still great, ovations, like I said, and a lot of cheering, but not as loud as I've heard it in there. I think they try and make up for it though with the music, Nearly Kneel, with the goal horn and everything, because when the Canucks scored that one goal, it was super loud. And maybe it's because we're in the lower bowl too, so the horn and the speakers were pointing right at us. But still, not a bad environment for a first game back. Fans were excited to be back there after a month away, 9 games away. And they're excited to see a really good opposition, and they're a little nervous. So let's talk about why they're nervous. Well, how about this? We were missing Demko and Halak, so our 2 actual goaltenders. They were missing 3 of our top 6 in Miller, Horvat, and Garland. And despite missing all those players, you'd have to say the Canucks gave an A+ effort. The result was maybe a B or B+, but the effort you cannot take anything away from them for sure. And let's start with the goaltender, Spencer Martin, 26 years old, making only his 4th start. I didn't know until after the game that he's 6'3". He didn't look that big, maybe because we're used to seeing guys like Demko, but he's certainly way bigger than Halak. But 6'3", good size. The poise in his game, pretty good. He's not as efficient in his movements as Demko, but hardly anyone is. So Martin, he never looked out of place, but there was more movement in the crease. But the most important thing is he stopped every shot except one in regulation. And that shot that beat him was actually a fluke. It was a power play goal by Florida. They tried to center it to the middle. It actually bounced off one of the Canucks players. I think it might have been Highmore. And therefore, Martin was already sliding left to right. And I think it was Reinhart that was able to put the puck in the empty side. So aside from that, Martin stopped every single shot. And the Canucks, too, they helped him a lot. You could tell they were really focused on defense. They sacrificed offense for defense. No problem there. and they played a 1-4 system. So they had one forward forechecking, and then the other two forwards plus the two D-men, the four guys playing from center line back. So that way they didn't give up any odd man rushes. I don't remember hardly any odd man rushes, and they were already settled in their own end. And even Bruce Boudreau said after the game that maybe he wanted a bit more offensive push in the third period, but he gets that they were, well, at least they started that period up one, but then, the Panthers scored within the first minute of the period. So overall, Spencer Martin, excellent game. Really happy for him. He spoke very humbly after the game. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying, oh, he's the goalie of the future. Oh, now we have our backup. We can trade Halak at the trade deadline. I think it's, Canucks fans, let's be realistic. It's way too early to say anything like that. Just as if he had let in 5 or 6 or 7 goals, and let's say the Canucks played poorly and he let in 5 or 6 or 7 goals, I would hope that we wouldn't be jumping on him and say, oh, this guy's no good. This guy should never play again in the league. I don't want to ever see him in a Canucks uniform. So I would hope to think we wouldn't be that harsh if he played poorly. But at the same time, we have to temper our praise, even though he played very well. Let's see it after 2, 3, 4, half a dozen games. I'm not sure if he's going to get that many games, but we'll have to see a greater sample size, obviously. But if he turns out to be a good player, and I don't know how you evaluate that, whether here or in Abbotsford, then maybe next season we're looking at a training camp battle behind Demko, of course. Halak will be gone, of DiPietro, Silovs, Martin, and then maybe one other veteran-type goaltender to come in and battle. So you get a 4 or 5 goaltenders, or 3 to 5 goaltenders battling for the backup spot behind Demko next year once Halak goes. So once again, I want to affirm and applaud Spencer Martin for an excellent game, especially considering all the circumstances. We're playing against the best team in the league, the highest scoring team in the league. We're missing 3 of our 6 best forwards, yet he played awesome. He only let in 1 goal. Shootout, only stopped 1 out of 3, but you can't blame him. He played so well. So props to Spencer Martin as well. Crazy shift in overtime. OEL, Highmore, and Lamco stuck out there for over 3 minutes. Florida Panthers made 2 or 3 line changes in that 3 minutes. But to their credit, they were hemmed in their own end. They couldn't get the puck. But Florida never got a dangerous scoring chance in those 3 minutes. They kept cycling around the outside. If that was a Florida fan, or vice versa, if the Canucks were in that situation, we'd be screaming at them to shoot the puck, to move the puck, to try something different. So credit to those 3 guys for standing strong, holding their ground, and helping preserve. They didn't preserve a point. They already had the point up to then, but in extending the game to the shootout for sure. And of course, Pettersson didn't get on the score sheet yet last night, but he was noticeable. He was the de facto number 1 center with Miller and Horvat out. And I thought he played really well on his line with Höglander and Bester. He was back checking, he was working really hard, deking, all those things, getting shots off. So I thought, even though not on the score sheet, I thought PD had a great game as well. So Canucks fans, whether or not you were there or watching on TV and seeing this guy on the TV, let me know your thoughts on last night's game. I didn't do a true what I liked, what I didn't like, one other thing. But overall, I would love to know your thoughts on last night's game. Leave it in the comments below. Shoutouts to my sponsors, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link in my video descriptions. And to shout out to Van City Experts Real Estate Group. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Also, shout outs to my legends, legendary Lucas Gates at the game, legendary Justin Credible at the game, legendary Andrew Chang at the game, hero members nucksfan number 29 and Carol Bovenlander, and Hall of Fame members Jens95, simalexander, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shannon Hollingworth, HSM Fangirl Gaming, Smooth Move, and Funk You. Thank you for your support as always. Thanks to the support of all members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. Subscribe if you like to, like this video if you like to, become a member or upgrade if you like to, leave a comment down below if you like to about last night's game, and don't forget to leave me a question on my community tab for my Ask Me Anything vlog tomorrow. All right, tomorrow I'm at the game with Lucas as part of his membership perks. Can't wait to spend that time with Lucas. And then my live stream will be at 10:30 tonight, 10:30 Sunday night, not tonight, 10:30 tomorrow night. Got to get me time to get back to the office to stream. Okay, friends, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Have a great day. God bless, and go Canucks go.